Okay, NX3F in the group. Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor returning. Yep, Mr. Allen, I'm glad to have you out there. Good to see that you have a little bit of snow there and stuff like that. I'm going to do a quick check though, right quick, because I just got the Facebook cranked up there. I'm going to see if I have any audio, but I may not because I forgot that, excuse me, on the 991, and it may be, the audio may be going through that. So let me just check real quick. Oh no, I can see it coming through, so I think we're good on the Facebook there. Hey, Mr. Allen, before we get going, thank you guys. This is my first bumpy ride here, uh, starting the day. But Mr. Allen, don't go away. I want to talk to you when I was out on the doing Polo the other day, and you popped in and had a QSO there. Man, you had me giggling. I can't wait till you see the video. But we're gonna have to pick up after the net there and get that going. Okay. So thanks very much for being out there, Mr. Allen, and stay in. Um, so we got Mr. Allen there. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Rob, VA3FZ. Rob, VA3FZ. You were the first one here. The topics tonight for everybody that's joining are, what are you doing for the weekend? That's going to be the second round. Excuse me. I do apologize. And the first round is, it's the new year. We're in 2025. Do you have any plans, ready or not, like anything you want to get done, or you got something to get done in 2025? And resolutions. Do you do you make New Year's resolutions? And are you one that keeps them, or are you the one that kind of goes off on them? Back over to you, Rob. Oh, I don't hear Rob.
VA3 said, well, we don't do New Year's resolutions. We did when we were younger. We don't bother now. And for plans for this year, we're planning do some more antenna work, add some more antennas. I'm trying out a new antenna on the ground, blue, and it's supposed to be good for reducing noise, atmospheric noise and stuff. So we're going to try that out. Not that I have much out here anyways, but it's just something fun to try. Get it on the ground before the grass grows, and I got to move some antennas around, but that's really all I'm planning on doing for now anyways. Back to you, Ernest, VA3FZ.
Yep, V3FZ. Yep, that's how it goes. I think when we are younger, we make a lot of resolutions and stuff like that, right? Then we get older, and I know we did Christmas this year, and it's because we have grandkids. If we didn't have the grandkids, we'd have just been saying Merry Christmas to people, and that would have been it. I can tell you that now. Anyway, Rob, thanks for being out there, and stick around there with us. All right, the next person up on the list there is VA3JPX James out of Ottawa. And I should have took you first, James. I know you said it's a little bit late in the night, and that it's the same for Devin too. So come on in there, James.
Hey, Ernest, and everybody on net. This is James, VA3JPX, Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, in case you forgot. No, I don't do any New Year's resolutions. Here's how I see it. Every journey big screen TV to Apple TV, so that's why I'm up so late. So there you go, Ernest. And just so you know, Apple TV is about as boring as it can get. Back to you, GPS.
VA3 JPX in the group, VA3 EWV returning. Yep. 1 second. I got the cost for some reason. 1 second. James, you had me giggling there. Yeah. You know, it was the lose the weight stuff. I remember about 10, 20 years ago, they start coming out with the smart, well, probably more than that, but you know, the smart stuff, you know, it's got to be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and then time bound, right? So when I was getting taught that, you couldn't just say, oh, in the new year I'm going to lose 100 pounds. You had to say when and where. I think when they put those SMART goals out, that's when the New Year's resolutions started bouncing off because nobody was keeping them. I like to do stuff like Rob was saying there earlier, VA3FZ. Hey, there's a couple of things. It just happens to be in 2025, but I'm going to get me an antenna on the ground, and I'm going to do this and that. That's how we like to do it, right? And Mr. Allen said he got some stuff up. You got your some things connected to the TV. And what you said made a lot of sense there. So thanks for being out there and sharing that with us. Okay, as we're moving on down the line there, we have the next person that came in that's on the long list is Devin, VE1DXW. VE1DXW, Devin. Go ahead, Devin. Tell us where you're from and what are you doing in the new year? What kind of plans you got?
VE1DXW, from Liverpool, Nova Scotia. No real big plans, I guess, but, well, no resolutions. Working on getting a new DMR dual band radio, VHF, UHF. Working on getting a new DMR hotspot. And I still got to get a couple of antennas put up. Other than that, nothing really special. Back over to you, Ernest.
VE1DXW and the group VA3EW returning. Well, you know, we got to get the antennas up. I know. Well, I don't know how long you've been a ham, but I'll be celebrating my 1 year anniversary come the 17th there, and I did have a guy say, he's actually a good friend, or I think he's a friend of mine anyway. You know, sometimes things are a little lopsided and stuff, but I was like, oh, I've only been a ham for 5 months. And he's like, I think everybody in the world knows that you've only been a ham for 5 months because you always say it. But that's some significance because I've been doing I've been competing right with the big boys that have been hams for 30 years, right? And I've been staying on pace with those folks. And they know everything there is to know about everything. And I'm just getting there, so I have to remind them every now and then, hey, I'm one step behind you, but I've only been doing this for so much time. So yeah, I thought when I first became a ham operator, I would just need one antenna because I only had my basic. Then I got HF and I was like, okay, well I need two. And then I started doing field operations. Then I started wanting to do other stuff. And right now they have the 12 days of Christmas. And I'm bummed out right now because I have stars on all the bands I do have, but I don't have stars on 80 meters because I don't have it. 160, I think that's 1.6, some stuff like that. But I don't have those bands, so yeah, we got to get in the works to get those going. Thank you, Devin, for that. We do have Victor Echo 3. Let me see here. Victor Echo 3 NYX. NYX. If you can come and introduce yourself there and tell us who you are. And what are you going? What plans do you have for the new year, radio or not? And after this round, the second round will be what are you doing for the weekend? So please come on in there, Mr. Renzo.
Yeah, good evening, Ernest, and all aboard. Happy New Year to all as well. Nice to hear you again, my friend. I haven't seen you in a while, that's for sure. By the way, it's a cool night here in the city of Hamilton with some light dusting of snow again. We're getting an inch here and a few centimeters there. So that's the weather report. other than that, here's resolutions. Take one day at a time, do some antenna maintenance work, and hopefully travel around and back to see you again in the beautiful flea market that you had at San Albert. Back to you, Ernest.
Thank you, Mr. Renzo there. I was really happy to see you pop up there on the screen there. I was looking to see if Simon was going to be hitting up there since I saw you. Wishing both of you a very happy new year there. Yep, and we had a good hamfest there. I was reading the Rack magazine, the edition that just came out, and one of the young men who's now president of the Prescott Russell Club, I don't know how long he's been president of Prescott Russell, but he actually mentioned the Seaway Valley Amateur Radio Club, and that was one of his big projects was to do the Hamfest. So yeah, we had a really good time there, and I was the talk-in. I did the talk-in for that, and that was a blast. So thank you for that. Okay, let's see who else we have here. We have VE3XID. Jim. Jim, good evening to you. I don't know if you've been on, I think you've been on our nest before here. But Jim is the neighbor here in Cornwall. Come on in, Jim, tell everybody where you're from, what you have set up for the new year, any new radios or anything like that. And I've been seeing a lot of these, I forget what they're called now, but they're circle. I was watching a video today, the guy had it sitting on his countertop. He was doing HF and that round circle thing, some type of magnet antenna or whatever it was called, was in his living room there. Back over to you, Jim. VE3XID in the group, VE3EW returning. Yes, looks like you got a radio for every room in the house. That's good. So, like you said, hey, but you know what? There's always room for one more radio as technology gets a little better there. Okay, we had a few more people join us there. Uh, VA3, let's see. Yeah, VE3NYX. We picked you up, Renzo. And then we just had VA3JTN. No, excuse me. Yeah, VA3JTN join us there. If you can come in there, out of Mississauga, and introduce yourself, tell us who you are, where you're from. And we have a couple of topics tonight. We have two rounds at this net. The first round is just me being nosy and seeing what's going on in the radio world with you guys. And then the next round, as we go off to internet, is always what are you doing for the rest of the week or the weekend. So come on in there, VA3 Juliet Tango November, uh, and we'll be glad to have you. Come on in. Hopefully we can hear him. There we go.
Hey, VA3EWV, VA3JTN, thanks for having me, and yeah, I don't get to join the net as much as I'd like to, but hello to everybody, and hello to everybody on the net, and I hope everyone's doing well and everything's going good. My name is Justin, and I'm here in Mississauga, Ontario, currently in the area of Pearson International Airport, working inside the field here at Pearson, so everything on my end is good, nothing to report. You know, like I commented earlier on your video there, I've been having so much fun with CW, and I've been working a lot of CW. And once I went to CW, I can't work any other mode. I've just been so fixated on it. I really like it. So today I was doing just before I got ready for work, I was drinking my coffee. I went on 15 meters and had a QSO with somebody in Russia. And then a guy in Halifax Harbor. There was a POTA station operating. Actually, that wasn't on CW. The POTA guy was over sideband, but on CW I was able to work Russia this morning and a couple other European stations. So that's it. I've been having a lot of fun with that. My receiving, like my transmitting speed is good. You know, I can transmit probably about 15 words per minute or more, but my receive is very slow. And I'm probably receiving at about 10 words per minute right now, 10 to 15. So it's improved for sure. You know, the more QSOs I've had, the more QSOs I have, the easier it becomes. The receive's getting better and better. I've probably had a couple hundred QSOs up now. So we're getting there, and that is that. And this weekend, well, nothing too crazy this weekend. I might come in for a little bit of overtime on Sunday, so that's never fun. And other than that, just spend some time with my wife and my kids. And who knows, we'll figure out something to do. But it certainly won't be going for a walk outside because it's just too cold here now. But that's it, Ernest. That's it on my end. And nothing else here to report from Mississauga. Again, thanks for having me on the net here. And I'll turn the microphone back over to you guys. This is VA3JTN. Back to you, Ernest, VA3EWV.
VA3JTN, yes. It's so good. You know, that's another good thing I like about the radio stuff. I've had friends before and stuff like that, but now since I've done this, I've made so many new friends on my first year of ham radio, mostly from sending those EQSL cards out, and then meeting people like yourself that I've run across and stuff like that. But as you know, I just got, I haven't even gotten it out of the box yet. I could show the box here on, that's the dummy load, right? My wife's like, what's the dummy load? But I got my left hand, right hand key here. It's just in a little box. I'll be doing, you know, I'll have to put everything on film, mostly for my mom and then back down south. But I have my little CW keyer there. I have the 991 radio there. So I was hoping to find someone that had that did CW, that had a 991, that lived in the area. Because even though I've been watching a lot of stuff and reading, because I've read all the settings for that in the on the 991, but it's just so much easier when you have someone come over that has the same equipment and can just sit you down with it, and you can just start using it instead of spending weeks trying to configure the thing and make sure it's right. I think it's always just easier. Now it's good to know the stuff, but I'd rather spend my 2 weeks trying to figure out what letter A is and what letter B is than trying to get it all set up on the radio there. So I'll be yes. Whenever you have any, because I want to hear your story of your first, like your first days and weeks of learning CW there. Thanks for being out there, VA3JTN. We'll break with you now, and then we'll bring it over all the way over to San Jose there with Alpha Golf 6 Zulu Hotel. Alpha Golf 6 Zulu Hotel. If you want to come in, we have a couple of topics tonight. We have 2 rounds. This is round 1 we're doing now. And it just wants to know if you're a person that makes resolutions and you have radio resolutions or any other resolutions, if you'd like to share that, or what's going on with that, or if you have any plans for radio for the 2025 year. And then as we get closer to the end of the net, we start saying what's going on for your weekend. Please come on in. Alpha Golf 6 Zulu Hotel. Oh. I think Alpha Golf 6 Zulu Hotel may have gotten a little mic shy. Probably not, but probably just dropped off. That was the first time coming in. But we've had a good set of folks here tonight. We've had so far Kilo Bravo 3, Papa Kilo Alpha come in there today. NX3F, Mr. Allen, has come in out of Temple Hills. Our buddy James, VA3JPX out of Ottawa. Devin, our buddy from Nova Scotia, Liverpool, VE1DXW. Then we've had Mr. Renzo come in, VE3NYX, as well as Jim, VE3XID, followed by Justin there, VA3JTN, and then we had Mr. Richard come in there, Alpha Golf 6 Zulu Hotel. Do not see them back on the log there. And then VE3NYX, did I have that one? Yes, got it. So, there's something I wanted to do with this net, and it may fail, but it may be good. And it's something I always wanted to do too. I was listening to the Trans-Canada net forever, and you hear some of the same people come on all the time, and you hear them talk, but then you can't never get a hold to them. Same thing with the Procom net, and with most nets, it's kind of like one-way traffic to the net controller. But on days like today, that it's like 8:30, and 15 minutes of that first part of that was me trying to get technical stuff worked out. If you guys ever want to ask each other any questions, that's why I'll just say who's all here. If you write down the name of the person you want to just shout out to the person or ask them a question because you heard something good they said, please feel free to do that here. I'm going to try to get that started there. Okay, we're at the bottom of the list now. I see no new things coming up, so we're going to go to our closings with what are you doing for the weekend. So we're going to start right off the top with Mr. Allen, NX3F. Please come on in.
Okay, right. BA3EWV, this is NX3F returning. Pretty good. Excellent. Okay, well, the only thing I've got really scheduled is me and the wife are going to shop in the morning, get some groceries, and then in the afternoon I'll probably hit to the shack and finish up a couple of projects that I'm doing right now. One of them was build a wireless RF high power antenna switch. So we'll try to get that done, test it out, see how that deal is going to go. And probably do a little HF and relax for the rest. Relax, chill out. So back to you, Ernest. VA3EWV. This is NX3F.
All right, Mr. Allen, gonna be doing some of that grocery shopping. The wife wants to go to the store there yesterday, and I'm like, do we have to go? Like, do you really need something? After getting through with all the Christmas stuff and all that stuff. I was like, man. So I got up and I sent my son. I'm like, you're gonna have to go. Hey, look, we just got. Before we keep down the line, I'd like to say a big hello to Kilo 5X Zulu Zulu. Kilo 5X Zulu Zulu has joined us there. I'm showing from Tyler. I don't know if that's Tyler, Texas, or whatever. That's the only Tyler I know. Um, the next person that has joined us this evening is Whiskey 6 Oscar Tango X-Ray from Menlo Park there. So we'd like to say hello to you guys. This is on the air with VA3 EWV. This is our AllStar Echolink Net that we do every Friday night at 8 o'clock. We're glad to see those two new people pop in. We have topics on these nets. The first topic was, do you have any plans for the new year in radio? Or if you do resolutions, do you usually keep your resolutions or do they kind of peter off there? So we're going to start right now with K5XZZ. We saw you in there first, Kilo 5XZZ. If you can come in, tell us who you are, where you're from, and then if you do resolutions or not, please come now.
Yeah, hello everybody on that. I just happened to run across this on Facebook, I think, on the Echolink webpage or whatever it was. It's K5XZZ. Yeah, I'm from Tyler, Texas. Name's Scott. The weather down here today has been beautiful, 65 degrees during the day. But it's going to get cold. That big old cold northern is going to come in through here Sunday evening or Monday, and it's going to get cold. I don't know what anybody else has told you, but to me, you got a loud hum coming through. So I don't know whether it's on my end or your end, but anyway, K5XZZ, back to you.
Yeah, K5XZZ and the group, Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor returning. Yes, I was going to try to go over to our local repeater because of that issue. However, there was a little bit of traffic earlier on the repeater, and then I went back again to check to go over, and unfortunately we have a person that does a lot of QRM. Every time he hears something, he comes in and makes some noises there. We ignore it. Hopefully it goes away, but it doesn't, so I wanted to go to that. But, thanks for getting through it. We're glad you're with us here from Tyler, Texas there. I'm from Louisiana. That's why I was like, the only Tyler I know is Tyler, Texas. We're glad to have you in there. We're here every Friday night. My first ham radio was a iPhone 6 Plus running Echolink. So I always pay tribute to where I started from with Echolink and AllStar. And a lot of the people I met here on the net here are big time Echolink users. Tonight we have about 12 people here, mostly from Canada, so we know about the cold there. And we appreciate you dealing with that hum today, and we're glad to have you in here. Stick around though, we're going to have a second round, and then we'll be turning off the net. Let's bring in now Whiskey 6 Oscar Tango X-Ray. After that, I see another person there, but I don't see a call sign. But I know their Echolink number is 685-072, so we'll pick you up next. Let's go ahead and bring in Whiskey 6 Oscar Tango X-Ray. Go ahead. Net is calling Whiskey 6 Oscar Tango X-Ray. I'm showing from Palo Alto. If you can come on in, come join us. Sometimes people are connecting for the first time. You can get connected to Echolink and AllStar so many different ways. Your laptop, your phone, your PC as a desktop application. And also Jonathan, I got to meet him, and he actually came to our club and had a presentation with us for Echolink. You can actually just go to any browser, so you don't have to download anything on your computer, so you can connect to Echolink all sorts of ways. Whiskey 60 Tango Oscar, if you can hear us, but you can't get in, no problem. We'll take you next time down the line. There's one more person that was in there. Um, I saw them just pop out as we were going down the line. Okay, I think I got my notes here. We took. No, I'm probably a little lost now because we have so many people here tonight. Uh, if you guys can help me, who's the last person that was saying what they're doing for the weekend? If you can come in, just let me know. Then we'll keep getting. We'll go on from there. Okay, no problem. No, okay, no problem. We're just gonna bring it down from the top there, and we'll just go like that. I'll go from the because everything has times on it. So I see that Whiskey 6 Oscar Tango X-ray, they're just loading. So let's go with James. Uh, James, we're gonna go with you. What plans do you have for the rest of the week there? Over. Hope you guys can hear me out there. Hope I didn't lose everybody. James, are you there? VA3JPX.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ernest. Just to confirm, were you sending the mic back to me? The A3JTN?
Well, we can go with you. Yes, we'll just start with you there. We're on the last round of our net here tonight. Like I said, for everybody that's just joining, a lot of people joined today. This net has two rounds. First, there's a topic of the week. And then, because I'm nosy, before we end the net, we just go down the line and ask what people are doing for their weekend. So, we will start with you, VA3JTN. What are your plans for the rest of the week or the weekend?
Okay, well, my plan is number one, for sure, to play some radio. I like getting on that whenever I can, and since I don't have to work on Saturday, I'll probably spend some of the day playing on the radio a little bit. And then, of course, we got to do all the things that we have to do as responsible adults, like go grocery shopping and take the kids to buy clothes for school and all that fun stuff. So a lot of running around and getting things done for the family. And then, chill out and relax in the evening time and maybe get on the radio a bit. Play with 40 meters and 80 meters a little bit on CW. And then, like I said, on Sunday, I think I'm gonna be working for a few hours on Sunday. And then after that, I'm sure I'll utilize the rest of the day to hang out and chill out with the family. But nothing too crazy this weekend. We don't have any crazy plans there. Ernest. As a side note, your audio, as the last station in the States there mentioned, it's a little bit low, and there's a bit of a hum in the background. I'm not sure if you're using Echolink or if you're on the radio. But just heads up, just letting you know, I can hear you, but there's a hum in the background, and your audio levels are a little bit low. Nonetheless, I have AirPods in right now, so I can hear you. That's it for me, boys and girls. VA3WV, this is VA3JN. We'll hand the mic back to you. Thank you very much.
VA3JTN. Yes, I hear the hum both ways, so it's definitely my node. I'm going to check it out and see if I can't do something about that. Oh, you know what? I might be able to just put it in a different part of the house. That might be what I'll be able to do. I made some changes to the shack yesterday. I did a whole new shack rejig, so I had some technical things that I was trying to hammer out before the net came, and I can't hear how I'm sounding. And I do try the thing on Echolink and stuff like that, like the parrot, but I'm not hearing. I wasn't hearing what you guys are hearing. But you know what? When you're in radio, there's always something to try to figure out and try to work. Thank you guys for letting me know the hum is there, and I do hear it coming back on you guys' side too. And if you're watching the Facebook broadcast, you'll be able to hear that hum there too. So I'll see about moving it or whatever and trying to get that sorted out. Thank you so much for being there. Thanks for coming back and visit us. Don't be a stranger. Come back again in the future. Okay, VE1DXW. We'll break with you, VA3JTN. Devin, what are your plans for the rest of the week or the weekend? Please come on in.
PA3WVVE1DXW. Just gonna sit and relax and watch football on Sunday and play some radio probably. Other than that, I'm not doing a whole lot, man. Back over to you.
Okay, well, Whiskey 6, Oscar Tango X-Ray, Whiskey 6, Oscar Tango X-Ray. Please come on in. This is Ernest, VA3EWB. You're at the AllStar Echolink Net. Please come on in.
Yeah, I want this out. This K6 Delta Lima Charlie. Are you guys on Echolink or what? Your audio is really bad. Your repeater right here has such strong audio, but your audio is low and everything, so that's the button. K6 DLZ.
Yep, we were just discussing that. We're just discussing the audio. It is my Echolink AllStar Node. I had some changes to the shack there this weekend, and I have a hum in there somewhere, so I got to figure out where it's coming from. I was going to switch to the local repeater there, but there was a guy that was belching and burping on the local repeater, so we are stuck here tonight. But you know, that gives me something to fix. In the world of radio, there's always something to fix. And thank you guys for letting me know about the hum there. I can hear it on both sides. When it comes in from you guys, there's a hum, and when I'm going out to you guys, there's a hum. So that's letting me know now that it's my node there. And I can, well, I'm not going to do it now, but I could switch over to the local repeater, but it'll be a big issue there. Thanks for being in there. And next, we have this net every Friday night at 8 o'clock. If you're around there, next time, let me see. Yeah, Palo, if you're around next time, come on in and maybe we'll have a better signal there. And you have a good rest of your week there, and Happy New Year to you.
Yeah, I did check Echolink for OTX. I don't find anything listed for OTX and Echolink.
Who are you looking for on Echolink again?
This repeater, K6, W6 OTX. That's the repeater I'm on 99 megahertz.
Somebody probably linked the repeater to this. Yeah, somebody probably linked the repeater. Yeah, W6 OTX. You're probably coming in through a repeater. Okay, that makes sense. They connect the repeater because I was calling out for the call sign, but I see it's the repeater there. So what is your call sign?
Kilo 6 Delta Lima Charlie.
Okay, Daniel, Kilo 6 Delta Lima Charlie. Good evening to you. You're in Redwood City there, eh? Okay, yes, we're here in Eastern Ontario. My name is Ernest. Yes, you're connected to Eastern Ontario here. And then someone has connected the repeater there in San Jose, California to here. We're glad they did that. I wish I had better audio tonight. But again, I was having a problem with the node. Thanks for being patient with me tonight, and I'll try to get that fixed by next week. Good to have you in here, and thanks for saying hello.
Okay, I can tell by what you're saying. Hey, you're from out European Canada. You're part. Hey, you take care. Have a good one. I'll be pushing your Dennis. Take care.
Okay, thanks so much, and have a good rest of your day. 7-3 to you. Let's see, VE3NYX, VE3NYX, Mr. Renzo. We're breaking it down to the end of the net there. What are you going to be doing for the weekend or for the rest of your week? Please come on in.
Yes, very good, Ernest, and all on board. To be quite honest, just taking it easy, nothing crazy. I like to work on site, the weather permitting, but that's what we like to do, antenna work. The other day, I want to fix my 80-meter wire dipole. There was a bent of ice on it, but nothing major. Other than that, no, we're just taking it easy and enjoy the new year. Hopefully, it's going to bring a lot of good things to all of us, and lots of good health. That's the main thing, and everything else will fall in place, my friend. So, what can I say? Thanks a lot for the net. I have to put my my iPhone here on an alarm so I can talk to you, because every time at 8 o'clock on Friday something happens and I keep forgetting to come to your net there. So thanks a lot for your time there during the field day as well when I was up there. Your hospitality was just absolutely amazing. With that, I will bow out of here. 73s to all, especially to you there, Ernest, and to all on board. Stay warm wherever you are in Canada, and if you are in California or in Texas, well, enjoy the warm weather. What can I tell you guys? You guys are the lucky ones. Back to you, Ernest. VE3, VA3, EWV, V3, and YX in Hamilton.
Thank you so much there, Mr. Renzo. Until that lovely son of yours, my pal there, Simon, that I said Happy New Year from Ernest there. All right, we'll break with you now, and we will bring it down, because I don't want you guys having an earache over this hum there. So we'll try to get through this as quick as possible there. Let's go down to Kilo 5, X-Ray Zulu Zulu. If you're still there, Kilo 5, X-Ray Zulu Zulu, Scott. Scott, what you going to be doing for the rest of the week?
Yes, sir, I'm still here. Just listening in. It's K5XDB. The rest of the week, well, tomorrow I'll play poker like I do every Saturday, and then Wednesday night I play poker. That's about all I do now. I just play poker and sit around and get on the nets. Usually just about every day I get on some net or two. And that's about the extent of my day and my week. Here in March, I'll be going on a little trip, but that's a ways off. Anyway, the warm weather here in Texas fixed to kind of abrupt halt on Monday. It's going to get down to the 20s and the 40s, so we're going to experience some of that cold weather. Not as cold, but it's cold for me. I prefer it to be 90 to 100. Anyway, this is K5XDV. It's been a fine net. I'll probably get on again next Friday. So y'all have a happy new year, and I'll talk to y'all later.
Well, you have the giggling there, and you know what? Like I said, I noticed there's a hum there. We're going to try to get that worked out there. But as my first year as a ham operator, like I was saying to everybody's joining, January 17th will be my 1 year anniversary. And I found out that when I go, when I'm using the radio out in the field or I'm using the radio in the shack, if I can use it and there are no issues with antennas, connectors, power, etc., that's a good day. I know most of the folks that do radio, they're always trying to tinker on something to get something to work. I think that radio is a tinkering hobby that you always have to get something all sorted out. Thank you so much for being out there, and we'll hope to see you again down the line. We'll break with you now, and we have VE3XID. VE3XID, what's on your plans for the week or for the next week?
Well, Ernest, it's just another day to me. Christmas and New Year's, just another day to me. I don't have any visitors. As a matter of fact, I do any streaming on that. I could get Crave if I want, but it's an extra $60 a month, so forget that noise. Anyway, no, as far as I can tell, you're talking a little bit too close to the microphone. It's breaking up severely. And I've noticed that you sound good when you don't talk so loud. So, anyway, I don't know. Maybe a change of venue would work better. It's obvious that you've got some kind of interference wherever you're set up. So, anyway, we'll say 7-3 to you and everyone else on this net, and yeah, we'll look through for you again. So, yeah, have a great week. VA3EWV, Big City, out.
VE3XID in the group, VA3EWV returning, yeah. Jim, that's gonna be a Jim and Ernest project to get on here and get this thing sorted out there. If you're not doing anything tomorrow, I'll see if you're on the air there, and we'll go through a couple things there. I also bought a dummy load, so I'm going to try to do what Rob does there and just put a dummy load on the handy talkie there and see if that'll work out. I'll also try moving the node out of the ham shack altogether. Yeah, I'll just do that. Might put it out in the garage actually and see how it works out there. Thank you so much, Jim. We'll break with you now. I think I have, let's see, Richard left, Alpha Golf 6 Zulu Hotel. Alpha Golf 6 Zulu Hotel, no, he has gone. We've gone through, I think, almost everybody. VE3FZ, did we get what you're doing for the rest of the week there, over?
VA3WV, Big City, I don't know what happened to you. All I'm getting is hum. You're definitely making the blue line go up a bit, but not by much. So there's something definitely wrong with your audio there, Ernest. VA3WV, Big City.
Yeah, Jim, when you said that the mic gain or the mic was too hot, I turned the mic gain down. I have the radio set for sideband, and I don't have any. I've never set it up for regular talking. Can you tell me if you can hear me now? Over.
Okay, I heard you that time, but you got that gargle in with you. Well, yeah, at least I could understand you that time.
Okay, this is on the handy talkie, so I'll try to finish it off with the handy talkie. Maybe that'll be a little bit better. I had the first radio on there, and the second one now. This is the third one, so it's definitely the node. So I'm gonna try to troubleshoot that node. But XID, can you hear me? VE3 XID, can you hear me okay now?
You sounded pretty good for that one, but you were very low.
Yeah, I might have to put the mic in my mouth there. Okay, we're almost through. We only have 2 people left there. We have Kilo 6 Delta Lima Charlie. That person has left, so I'll just mark that one down now off the list. And then we have, well, the other 2 people have already gone that I have on the list here. Mr. Allen, NX3F, what are your plans for the rest of the week? They're over?
NX3F. Yeah, you got to be a little earlier. I probably do just a little grocery shop tomorrow, and I'll get into the shack and finish up a project that I've been working on, and then probably do some work on HF. Hey, you know what? It sounds like you got RF getting into your node from your transmitter. That's what it sounds like. friendly tip. Back to you, sir. VA3EWV NX3F.
Hold on a second. All right, NX3F. Hey, NX3F, could you just come back to me? I changed something. Let me see if, because I hear the hum. You guys hear from me. I hear from you. Could you come back with a transmission so I can hear if I hear the hum again?
Sure. NX3F testing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Radio test, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go ahead.
Yeah, I can still hear it. Well, you know what? That gives me something to work from. So I've heard what you guys are doing. So now it's my turn. So I don't do New Year's resolutions. I never keep them at all anyway. So that's how that goes. I'm not going to say I'm going to lose weight because every time I've said that I've gained weight. So that's not going to happen. My goal for this 2025 is only one goal because I accomplished quite a lot my first year as a ham person. So I will be doing. I want to be able to be at least participating in field day, trying to do CW. I know that's a stretch goal, but it's 6 months away. So if nothing else, if I could do some local stuff with some folks, that'll be that. But that's one goal, and I have almost 600 reasons to do that because, like I said it to everybody, once I paid the exchange, because the Canadian dollar is something like 67 cents now to the U.S. dollar because of my friend there, and and then I had to pay $187 and with the UPS people. I forget what they call that. It's not duty, but it's something else. The word escapes me. But like I said, I have 600 reasons for 2025 to learn CW. And also, what I'll be doing for this weekend is trying to figure out the hum on that node. Now, at least tonight, everybody's been saying it, but NXP, have you been here for almost every net? Has it been that loud, all the nets, or you guys just tell me today?
To answer your question, yes. Sometimes it gets worse, sometimes it gets better. It really depends. Now right now, it sounds pretty good right now. The hum has dropped down a considerable amount. But your audio it sounds like you're on a handheld. You can back off your handheld just a little bit there, and I think your handheld so hard, I think you'll be okay. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. I could probably show it on the camera, but what happened when I rearranged the shack there, my node was sitting on top of the power supply. So I don't know if that had any, well, if you can see it, the node's right here on the top, and it was sitting right on top of the power supply. So now I've turned the power supply off, but it's on top of my SWR meter. There's a lot of stuff, here. So I'll try to get that all sorted out there. Give me something to do and figure out, and that'll be that. Okay, we are at the bottom. Did I miss anybody before we go? Has anybody been? Oh, we have another person just popped in here. Kilo 3 X-Ray Tango from Clear Node, Jacksonville, Florida. Kilo 3 X-Ray Tango. This is Ernest, VA3EWV. You're on the AllStar Echolink Net. I am having some technical issues tonight, but don't let that get in the way. Come in and say hi. Where you're from? What are your plans for the new year?
Hello everyone, this is K3XT. I was just popping around. I wasn't planning to be called out, but since you did, yes, you got all my information there. And just firing up my Clear Node. I haven't used it in a couple of months, trying to get familiar with it. So, at any rate, just listening. So, nothing to report. So, back to you, Net Control from K3XT. Good evening.
And by the way, you have a good clear signal in. on the clear note there. We didn't catch your name, but everybody, this is Sean, I think from Jacksonville. I don't know which Jacksonville. Maybe Jacksonville, Florida. Sean, before you go, yes, I see it now. I see the state, Jacksonville, Florida. Well, we appreciate you being here in there. We have this net every Friday night at 8 o'clock. We hope to see you again if you're testing your equipment and stuff like that. We'll always be glad to have you. Pleased to meet you there. Okay. Anybody else want to say anything before we go? And NX3F stick around behind because I got to tell you a funny story. But anybody else want to say any goodbyes before we close the net? It's open mic. Please come now.
That's it.
VA3FZ, come on in.
Video through this whole thing was kind of cool because I could see there's some issues. That node, you got to get that away from all that equipment. I have it on a separate shelf, all by itself behind me, and that because you're picking up noise from your power supply or one of your radios or something. That would be my first thing I would do. I would get it away from me, and if that doesn't work, then I would try a different power supply for the second thing. And the other thing too is I'm watching you all night with your microphone. That microphone is meant to be about 3 inches from your face, your mouth. I have almost the same one. And when you're on FM or VHF, your audio is really hot. You got to back that down to probably, I'm going to say about 15 or 20. It's way down from what you would normally use on HF, so that would solve how loud you are. You got like a whole slew of things that are all making at once today. It's kind of like a tidal wave. Welcome to the new year, right? Anyways, I'm going to be around tomorrow morning too. I get up quite early, so whenever you're up, you can send me a notice on Facebook if you want, and we can take a look at that. Back to you, VA3FZ.
Hey, you know what? The best things that have happened to me is because of video. As a new ham out there and stuff like that, and especially the people that give you the good feedback, right? And I remember all those times, but I won't go through them now. But you know what? You can get a lot of done, and people can see what you're doing, especially when you're starting, right? And they'll tell you about the mic and all that stuff because I know I was having problems with HF, and the people were watching me. And they're like, "Oh, talk across your mic and this, and this." So now, I have it right up to, and you know what? On I have it perfect. Now I'm gonna have to go figure out what I've changed maybe. But as far as HF goes, and listen to all the feedback out there, they're like, "Oh my God, it's crystal clear," right? So I just got to get that sorted out. But you know what, Rob? I'm going to start off with this note in the garage tomorrow. Now, the reason I say that, when my antenna, the external antenna, used to be in the back of the house. And then I moved it up to the very front of the house by the shack. And, anyway, I don't want to get into that. But you know what? We'll have tomorrow to figure it out. I don't see any new call signs on there, but yeah, we'll take you up on that. Anybody want to say any finals before you go? And like I said, if you guys are hearing anything between the folks, I'm always going to encourage you to reach out to each other. So if you guys want to do a little back and forth, you can go ahead and do that now. Or if anybody has anything else to say, please come now. Whoa, what happened there? 3XID, come on in, James.
That last few transmissions have been pretty good so far as getting rid of the interference, but your audio is quite low. I have to agree with that last station you were talking with, the K3 station, I believe it was. You've got to separate your node radios from the power supply. I think
What the hell?
7-3. VWV,
Thank you so much for that, James. And if anybody's watching Facebook right now, I was turning to my left to put my headset on the stand and all that stuff like that, and I could hear this whoom, whoom every time I went to my right. I don't have any watches or rings or anything like that, but I hope it's not me that's causing the interference because that would be bad. But yeah, I had the radio on the table and you could hear it. If you go back and listen to the Facebook there, you can hear it going boom, boom every time I went to my right side. We'll get it figured out. We'll get it figured out for sure. Okay, anyone else want to come in? Please come on in. This is Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor. Okay, nothing heard. Thank you everybody for coming in for our first net of the year, and with something for me to do radio-wise. It's kind of boring if there's nothing going on, so I got a lot of work to do here in the shack. Maybe everything's too close together and stuff, but I do know I've moved my power supply on the top of the power supply used to be down on the floor, under the desk. Both power supplies used to be on the floor down under the desk, and now they're not. So everything's kind of like all stuck together. And I also have two different radios working off the power supply where I used to have one radio per power supply. So we'll see how that works. Thanks everybody for coming on in tonight and have a good Happy New Year. We'll see you next week. Yeah, we'll see you next week and have a good rest of your week. NX3F, if you can stay behind there, if nobody else has anything to say, we'll look for any traffic before you come in, Mr. Allen. If we hear nothing, come on in after, okay? All right, good night, everybody. 7-3 to all.
That second last transmission, Ernest, was all over the place. Sounded like you were moving your mic around, and it was catching that noise interference really good. WGOTX.
It's coming from that way. Yes, James. With this Yaesu, I have problems with my thumbs there, and I have to hold the radio with almost two hands there. But when I point the antenna, just toward the RF zone over there, everything's popping in there. Yeah, that's what it was. I think it's something over there. I think there's too much stuff together.
Microphone needs shielding of some nature because it's not doing the job.
Well, that's every radio because tonight, just so you know, because you can't see the live like everybody else, I've used the Anytone D578 UV Plus 3. I've used that tonight. I've used the Yaesu 991. I've used this Yaesu Handy Talkie, and I've used the Baofeng Handy Talkie tonight. So I know it's not 4 radios with 4 mic problems. It's something here in the shack there. All right, thank you there, Jim. We'll get it all worked out tomorrow between you and VA3FZ there. Over.
Good enough. 7-3. Good night. A3WV, video.
Okay, Mr. Allen. The reason I want you to stay, I was in Quebec for my second time ever activating a park, trying to get in Canada here we have the Radio Amateurs of Canada Outdoor Operations Challenge that goes the full year, and I came in 6 months in, missed the first whole 6 months. Did my first activation the last week of June, but for August, September, October, November, December, I managed to keep up into the top 5, and so that last one that you came in on, was me trying to get bonus points for going to another province. And I was downloading all the videos today and putting them up to YouTube, but I had to find out where you came in. And I guess the best way I could do it is go to my log and see what time it was. Because I'm telling you, you came in, Mr. Allen, and I'm telling you, it was like, you always hear people say, oh, it's like you were sitting in the, but you had me killing myself laughing because you're like, well, I got to work on this and I got to work on that. And I'm like, this man put his whole foot in it when he came out on the radio the other day. I was like, what kind of radio you got? Sounded loud and proud like that.
That's funny, man. That's funny. That's funny. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm glad I could have helped you out there because I heard you on there. So I said, and I saw your post on Facebook. I said, let me go down here and turn this rig on, and give you some points. So yeah. So that worked out real good. That worked out real good. Yeah. Yeah, you have done really, really, really well over the past year or so. You really, you're on a rocket ship, man. Go ahead.
I'm telling you. If I get this mic thing worked out, no. Anyway, I'm sitting here, but I gotta go find it. I'm gonna find it, and I'm gonna tell you the time on it, and you have to listen to it. And my wife and my kids, they'll occasionally watch the live video, and the wife just watched it to make sure I'm going where I said I was going. I'm like, I always go where I say I'm going. Where do you think I'm at? And I always take the dog with me. You know what I'm saying? So you see the poor dog being held hostage in the back of the car, Mr. Allen. You see him sitting there looking, and he got this look on. He give me side eye, going, "Hey, look, when we leaving, they're over."
Oh man, that's comical. That is really comical. Yeah, I think when I made the QSO with you, I believe I marked it. I think I wrote it down in a piece of paper in the shack. I'm not in the shack right now, but while you're looking, I'll look down there and see if I can't find what time that was. And one way or another, we'll hook back up. We'll hook back up together on it. But that was that was something. Now, what were you using for an antenna up there, Ernest? Go ahead.
I'm using this antenna called a Shelligans M750. Shelligans M750 vertical. And it has all these different not fancy, but it's got the frequencies like lasered or etched into the antenna. So when you're pulling it, when you're extending it, you see, the megahertz, right? So you'll see 14 megahertz. You'll see 7 megahertz, and so on and so forth. And I was too intimidated to go out there and switch anything up. So when I got it and set it up for 40 meters with the coil, I just used 40 forever and ever and ever. And then someone said, well, you can go to another band, right? Because I was working POTA, and they were like, if you go to 20, you'll get a lot more contacts, and go to the general section, go and download the band plan for the U.S. for all their things, and you'll get more people. Because I was going where it was quiet, and the reason why it's quiet, because I have my advanced certificate here in Canada, and I was going on those frequencies, and there are fewer people out because, not a lot of people have that, right? But anyway, no, you don't have to look for it. I have you in the log. I just have to go look what time I talked to you in the log, and then I'll just fast forward through it. But you know what? I'm going to send it to you. I'm going to send it to you because you're going to really enjoy it. You hear those polyps, it sounds like a swarm of bees, right? And even my wife she says, I'm going to make you a shirt. She makes shirts and stuff like that. She says, what did you call it? What did your friend call it? A pile up? She says, honey, you're a pile driver there. Back to you.
That is funny. Oh, wait a minute, I gotta turn this link. 425. 425. That's what I got, if that helps you out. And I've been known sometimes to mark the wrong time down, long to wrong time down, you know. But that's what I got, 425. Go ahead.
All right, no problem. Well, I'm gonna let you go. I'll have it ready for you tomorrow. There, I'm just gonna tell you the timestamp, and it'll be up there on YouTube, and you'll hear it. And you know, all these guys, you know, because I'm sitting there with my ear to the, you know, the ear to the speaker, trying to figure it out. Because I wear the headset on me, but if I have the headset plugged in, nobody can hear it on the live, so I have to unplug the thing, but I still wear the headset there, eh? And I'm sitting there straining, trying to hear through the noise for the call signs and stuff. And then this big old radio comes up there, NS3F, blah, blah, blah. I was like, Lord have mercy. That's Mr. Allen.
Yeah, I did that one time before to a guy that lives about 15 miles from here. I mean, I didn't do it intentionally, but I checked into this net, and he was saying, man, he said, I'm going to have to buy a new speaker for my rig. I said, why is that? He said, because you're so loud. I said, well, no. I said, not really loud. I mean, I got to set within everything set within the standard, and all that, set within the standard, so. In other words, I wasn't wideband. I don't like to set the rig to wideband on sideband. I don't think that's cool. So, okay, got to set for minimum amount of bandwidth to carry the communications out.
Amen to that. Hey, look, you know, I got those little ham radio songs out there. I got about 10 now. I'm trying to go plastic, not platinum. I'm trying to go plastic, right? So, hey, look, one of the lines up there is cutting through the noise, right? So I'm going to give you the time so you can go and like, I'll give it to you a couple of seconds before you come in there, and then I'll give you the link to that song I got, you know, about being on the radio and cutting through the noise there. You'll quite like it. Well, look, I'm not going to hold you up. Oh my goodness, it's 9:30. It's the longest that I've had. It's way past both of our bedtimes there. Well, let you go, Mr. Allen. I'm not going to hold you up no more. You have a good rest of your day there, okay? 7-3 to you.
Hey, man, take care, and again, Happy New Year to you and the family there, and looking forward to the clip there. Take care, my friend. VA3EWV, this is NX3F signing.
7-3, VA3EWV clear.